And it's recording. Thank you, guys. All right, go ahead, Charlie.
Okay, so on Saturday, on Sunday, April 11th, it's confirmed we're participating in the AAPI Mountain View rally. Margaret Abe-Koga, who's a former mayor of Mountain View, she's still an active council person, contacted me and reached out to see if we would like to contribute. And I told her definitely we want to support in any way we can. And so the focus of this particular rally is to have the young people kind of run it and be the focal point, right? So there's going to be the Taiko team from the Mountain View Buddhist Temple. There are going to be other YBA, Young Buddhist Association, and other groups that are coming to participate. And we really want the young people to be the focus of the rally. However, because much of the violence that's occurred has been disproportionately directed at older members of the community, then that's where our group fits in.
Okay.
And so we're going to have an information table. All of the information I posted on the group chat. The rally will officially begin at 3:30. We're gonna meet at around 2:15, 2:30 at the Mountain View train station, Caltrain station. Then we're gonna walk in a group together to, if you know downtown Mountain View, Castro Street area, there's a city hall and the Performing Arts Center. There's a big square plaza there. So that's where we'll be having the actual event. And the focus is they really want individuals who've been affected by violence or hate crimes or even discriminatory behavior. They want them to kind of give up, and they have 1 minute to kind of give a testimony and tell their story. Wow. And why this is so important is because they're actually going to not just be recording it, but they're going to be presenting a transcript of the event to the Mountain View City Council, so that the city council can enter it into the official city record. So awesome. Yeah, so this is a really important event. And we're gonna have a table there, and I went out and I purchased some easels, some tabletop easels. So I'm gonna take a couple of the handouts that I presented to this group, right, and I'm gonna have them blown up into 24 by 36 size, so we can have them on the table. One of them is just going to be the group name. And so Rick, we'll need to talk about how close you are to a logo, because if it's not going to happen,
my he's already working on it, so hopefully in the
awesome,
next day.
Because I'm going to need that in the next day or so.
Yeah, I'll give it to you in a format that's easy to play with.
Perfect. So we're gonna get the one easel with just the name, and then the other easel is the things that you can do to be safe, right? You know, that part of the handout, just what can I do to be safe, right? So we're gonna do that. And then the rest of the handouts will be in handout form. So we're keeping it to like 4 pages, 2 pages double-sided, because we don't wanna just give trash bin,
fillers.
Yeah, we want something somebody can look at, reference fairly easily. The thing that I do need, Rick, from you is, it seems like even today I was watching colleague conversations, and the list that I keep seeing of participating schools, they're like partial lists, and I get why you need to do that. But there were schools missing from today, so I need, do you have like a master list of all the schools?
And the reason why they were missing is because a lot of people haven't given me the addresses or how they want to title it. The ones that I got are the ones that I pulled off of what everybody submitted. So I don't have an actual full list. I've gone, maybes, and I don't want to put
Right.
anybody's name up that hasn't said
I,
yes.
and I don't either. I don't want to put a handout to someone who's going to say what, because the worst thing that can happen is we refer somebody and
they're
they
not
get
doing
to
it.
the school and they say, what are you talking about?
Exactly, and that's
Right.
why that list is the way
That's
it
the
is.
worst thing that could happen. So
Yeah.
we want to make sure that the people that are on that list are actually aware, fully invested, ready, you know, to
The
participate.
ones that are showing on that video are the ones that I actually confirmed verbally with those individuals, and that's why that's the list that's there.
Okay,
I
and
would
that
never
list is
presume,
pretty
you know.
close to the list I have. I'll
I think,
double check it.
Dave, did you want us to put you on that list? Because I don't recall
Yeah.
getting a,
Because I was what I wrote back to you is that I was going to be here tonight.
yeah.
You know, because I haven't.
Okay.
I've read some of the stuff. I just wanted to see what direction that we're all. So
Right.
Are you asking us to like sponsor these at our schools?
Yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the schools on the list with their phone numbers and contact information. And anybody
then-
who's living in your area would call you directly because they're closer to them.
Gotcha.
Now, what I recommend is this: wait until you get the number that you like. If it's 5,
Right.
10, whatever it is, then
Right.
set a date for that and call them all back and say, okay, now that we have our 10, we're
Yeah.
gonna do it on this date. Because otherwise, you might only have 1 or 2, and that'll be a waste
Yes.
of your time.
Yes.
The other thing that we were talking about, sir, focusing on is, and you know, I kind of gave a loose outline of what we're looking at. We're not really, as a group, I think, as a collective, we're not looking at offering self-defense classes. for
Correct.
this.
Yeah. Oh
It-
yeah. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
not what we're doing. We
Not
want
at
to
all.
provide, it's basically a 1, maybe 2-hour seminar that just covers all these important points.
Yeah.
And if somebody is interested after that of following up, then it's totally on you what you want to do, right?
Right.
How you, but this particular, just the information part of it, awareness, being prepared, you know, this is something we just want to use the network of schools to get this information out to people. So like Kuya Rick was saying, if you can do a little seminar with 5, 10 people, maybe go to the old folks home in your area, whoever asks or requests, and do this little presentation. And then anything beyond that, it's on the individual school, because the one thing I want to also be careful of is, certainly if you're interested in bringing in students and this happens to bring a student to your school, that's great.
Good for
We
you.
don't want to be accused of trying to use this to
Right.
recruit.
To solicit.
Right. Sure. Sure.
None of that, guys.
I have a couple of suggestions
right.
if you guys want to hear.
Oh, definitely.
One is, and I'm old school too. I'm 53, right? So I've done all the old school stuff. Handouts, good, but I would suggest most people say, hey, you want to leave your email address and we will send you this information if you don't want to have the handouts.
That's
right.
good.
And just go boom. And then they'll have it. They won't like losing their car or whatever. The second one is, so I've already started going, as you know, Rick. And I have both in-person and Zoom classes because, as you guys said, it's a discussion, right? We're not teaching people how to break necks or kick out kneecaps or whatever.
Right.
So, yeah, not yet. Tomorrow. So I found that you can just schedule a Zoom, and also most people responded to that. We have, I think it was about maybe 3 or 4 days ago is when I advertised it. We don't have a lot of people, but we have a total of about 9 people over 3 in-person classes so far, but we have 9 people in the Zoom class
Nice.
already. And so what I mean by that, not like, oh, big deal, but that people are like, oh yeah, I got Zoom, no problem. I'm at home. I just hit launch meeting and I'm there. So tactically, and it's all up to you guys, right? This is just suggestions. But if you already have a Zoom plan, then when somebody contacts you, you don't have to say, I'll get back to you. You can just say, we have a nice Marvel shirt. Oh, wait, is that? What is that shirt?
Yeah,
it is Marvel. All right. I like you more now. So anyway, I was going to say, if you already have a Zoom meeting set, then you won't lose that person,
Right.
right? And then I had a question, which I think you guys already answered. Everybody's participating. The basic message is we have free self-protection, self-defense seminars if you contact these gyms.
Right.
Is that what we're doing?
Exactly.
Okay, cool.
No,
All right, that's it.
and the other thing, folks, we don't, me and Naeem have talked about this, and it's on the video that we did on Konversation. We understand that some of these people may not want to come out. And what I'm doing is I'm letting people know that if they can get us a group of minimum 5, maximum 10, because of COVID and all,
Right.
that if I'm available, I will go out to them. I have already posted that I'm willing to do that, only because I understand a lot of people, apprehension of going out and even being in crowds now, especially with what's going on with the Asian communities. Yeah. But the fact that some of these people just can't make it out, I want to try to cater to them too, because they are at some point going to have to go to groceries or whatever. And if whoever they're with would be the ones, if you guys have all watched the video today, right?
I did not watch today's, no.
Okay, so
I didn't know there was one, sorry.
Yeah. One of the things that we brought up in there, and me and Naeem were very careful about this, is that we're not going to be teaching the old grandmas or these old people how to do any technique. I really doubt if they're even going to be able to do any of them, especially when they're in a panic. I saw some videos of guys who posted that, yeah, look, we're teaching this old lady, and they got the bear hug around her, and then, when she lifts her arms up, they let her go. That's ridiculous. That's like a false sense of security, saying, oh, look, you did it, grandma. And if that's just for show, shame on them. That's ridiculous. But the target people that we want to have in mind are the people who are the caregivers, the family members, and anybody else who walks with this elderly person. Teach them what should be done. They have their phone, call 911, call the police, record the things as it's going on, whatever the case may be. But that should be the focus rather than the old people. Sure, the elderly are the ones that are getting affected by this, but they shouldn't be walking around by themselves anyways, especially right now. That, shame on the families who allow them to do that. So that was our real focus on that video, is to let people know, the logic thing is that we're going to teach the people that are with the elderly and let them be the saviors at that point.
So that is one of the main reasons why the rally coming up on Sunday is so important, because it is focused around young people. So we're looking at, the allies of our older members of our community, right?
Right.
So that's important. I also want to circle back really quick to something Eric said. Eric, thank you so much for contributing. 2 things that you said that I just want to emphasize. The first one is we will be having an email sign-up sheet. I have alcohol wipes and hand sanitizer to clean pens, so people will be able to sign a contact sheet to leave their name and email and everything.
Right.
So that's good. And the other thing is your Zoom sessions are an awesome idea. That's kind of like right where we want to be. So that's a great thing. Another thing I'm doing, because I'm fully vaccinated at this point for COVID. Yeah.
Charlie, if you want to have them.
Yeah, I'm fully vaccinated for COVID at this point because I'm a school teacher, but I also want to make it available to go out to small groups or, areas where people can't, don't feel safe or don't feel comfortable, but they have a few people they want to touch. But I think the Zoom option is a great way to go.
Oh. Yeah, and you can, that's great. And thank you for all that. I'm happy to be able to do anything with all this. I mean,
thank you.
We all have our stories. Some of us just are Asian, right? But my hero is Bruce Lee. My martial art I got black belt in is Korean. My wife's Filipina. My business partner's Chinese. I've worked with every Asian type ever, and these are all my family, my friends. I'm curious about all this, right? So I'm happy to be able to help.
Thank
Now,
you.
so far, yeah, of course. And so I think it's great. I love the way that you guys are all doing this. By the way, I think it's very, it's both respectful of each other's kind of approach, but also it's congruous. We're all doing kind of the same thing too, right?
Yes.
Like, we're gonna say slightly different things, but the same type of message. Where none of us are going to be doing, you know, crazy martial art demos and saying, oh, you know, whatever. And actually just, yeah, and let you know, this is a point, and this is where maybe, I don't know if it's a suggestion, but I'll tell you what I'm doing. So one of the things that I'm going to be talking about is, in general, to be able to defend yourself, there's varying degrees of what you can do to prepare yourself for self-defense or combat. The highest level would be heavy contact, sparring type, you know, aggressive martial art on a regular basis. The minimum would be something like do, you know, Spartan race, and you're just strong and you're able, or maybe go and do, you know, kickboxing class, hit the bags, just do that to work out, but also learn some technique. There's various degrees, right? Like you go to cardio kickboxing class, you cannot defend yourself, but you're going to be way better off than somebody who does nothing at all, right? And so within all that blah 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 I just said, is that I'm giving everybody who comes to my Zoom meeting or comes to our meeting with one free month at our gym. And the message is, we are not trying to recruit you. We want you to feel like you're doing something. We want to allow you to kind of drive towards something that will make you feel safer, and a little bit might. And so that's my point about how I think each one of us can maybe find our own spin. Like Rick and, I'm sorry, what was the other gentleman's name that I've been talking to? Naeed. So is that you said, I will go to their house. Right. I will meet them. So that, like, do those. That's what is great. Each one of us is like, oh, I'm going to go do the other thing too. Right.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, you know, and here's the thing, Eric, just so everybody here knows, and the viewers who are going to watch this in the next couple of days, you know, we have a basic outline of the first half of the seminar, which would be all the talking points and the paperwork that we give out. But after that, I'm leaving it to each and individual school to do what they see fit as far as the material they're going to show, how they're going to show it, and what they will continue afterwards, and the things that they'll do in between. I have no, you know, authority to tell you guys what to do. You guys are instructors in your own right, masters, whatever. You don't need me to give you a guideline of anything like that. So I leave that all to you guys to take charge.
We would never pursue it.
Yeah, you do what you need to do, and that's awesome. I mean, the fact that you're showing up and letting us know you want to be involved, that's enough for me.
Yeah.
Although I do want some more sausages from David Amakuchi.
Man,
I think I forgot, mister.
Dude, I got cleaned out, man.
Eric, you got to try his sausage.
Yeah, if you guys don't know, he has some catering that he does on the side, and everything's homemade Italian food. I mean, his sauce is awesome. I made some spaghetti with it. My girls loved it with the sausage. It super tasty. Oh,
you're welcome, David. I better get a free one.
Italian wedding soup.
It's under Amakuchi Cucina on Instagram.
Can you put that in Messenger for us?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm serious.
No, man, it's like, yeah.
He's like, what is Italian food? I mean.
Yeah. Right. Are you kidding me?
I didn't mean to get away from the meeting, guys. I just thought, you know, I remembered.
You know, the funny thing is and what I say, and you guys can probably relate. I'm sorry. What's your name again?
Eric.
I'm Eric Wahlberg. Yeah, Eric.
Oh,
yeah.
Eric. So I'm David. Yeah. So I know you guys probably, and you know, we didn't talk about this, but you know, most martial artists are artists, right? Especially master martial artists. Correct me if I'm wrong. Like they either like play music or, you know, like my father-in-law, right? He was a upright bass player, and he, you know, cut vinyl back in the day and everything, right?
Wow.
But
I do animal balloons.
I have nothing. Yeah, I saw those damaged balloons. So anyway, so no.
My only master level is teaching English literature. So.
And that's awesome. But mine's cooking. Yeah, mine's
Nice.
cooking.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm just handsome. That's all I got going for me.
That's, you know.
Yeah. That's a lot of handsome too.
Stood in the ponytail. We got it.
Right. We went way off rails there, but
Yeah.
I will say, Eric, that's wonderful that you are offering to the people that do participate in these seminars that have a lot of time to figure out what it is that they want to do, because you're right, most people are so busy that it's difficult for them to make the time. But as long as we stay on point with the message before the physical stuff, I think we will reach more and more people and convince them that it really only takes a few moments out of your day to consider your safety. And
Absolutely.
beyond that, the safety of the people around you.
Yeah.
But it's a mindset that has to be cultivated, and that's something that you can do sitting down, a few moments of meditation, just a few moments of thoughtfulness, just adding a habit to your daily life.
Yeah.
And
That's my
so
co-host.
much more
Yeah.
over
No,
time.
well said.
And it's
Well
those little things that I think if we as a collective stay on point in reference to it and push it as much as we possibly can, I think we will reach more ears and hopefully change more minds in what is needed. And I think overall that will eventually lead to people wanting to be more proactive in schools and classes, because you do pick up a lot. The physical stuff is, like you said, you can pick it up whether you're doing exercises in cardiovascular health or if you're going full contact. It really does make a difference. It's what you learn behind it and the mindset that really allows you to utilize those skills on a daily basis. And you're not going around beating people up. You're just being cognizant of what's going around you.
Yep.
Make better choices.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I know I'm like amongst masters, so we're all talking like the same stuff. I'm not a master. I've just been doing it a long time. But I was going to say that additionally, I've tried to be super practical, right? But I like to call myself an optimist at the same time. So I don't just say like, don't even bother doing anything because you've never trained and you're not in shape.
Right.
That's not the message.
No.
It's that I hope that when they leave, they've learned something that can help them be safer. That could be everything from, I want to use pepper spray. And I say, okay, well then get certified training. If you're going to do it, get training, have it ready, like those type of things. So they go, oh, you know what? I didn't think about that. Or talking about something like, like you guys talking about going on walks, get a neighbor to go on a walk with you. Maybe somebody there wasn't thinking about that. Like, oh yeah, my friend who walks her dog every morning, maybe she'll take me. So any one of those things. But then the class part that I was mentioning, I know most people are not going to do it, right? But it's the goal is to make them feel better when they leave. Not safer, like I'm fine, but like I feel better, because probably law of averages, everybody we talk to is not going to get affected personally. They're not going to have to get attacked, right?
Very, very important.
So at the end of this, if they just feel a little bit better, they feel empowered, like, you know, because that's
right there.
Right. So exactly. See, so if they come to my gym and they hit the bags for a month and they just feel like they did something, they feel better. Right. And so we've helped these people who are stressing out because there's already underlying prejudice. We know this in our country, but that much worse. They're stressed out. Like I see it in so many faces. I talk to a lot of my, Asian members and stuff. Right. And so, I just want them to feel better is my point, right?
You're offering a calm in what is a very stressful situation for a lot of people. And that's awesome, because again, that calm itself is going to keep you going, and it's going to keep you healthier in the long run, because stress does kill. It may not affect you directly, but just being concerned about it all the time will affect you negatively. And that's a wonderful message. Yeah, that's definitely something we should bring up more.
And those, and like we said too, when it comes to the physical teaching, because definitely included in protecting vital areas if they do get hit,
Right.
to try and stall it out as best as they can to till help gets there or can
Right.
get there.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I'm part of this, the UPC, United Peace Collaboration. And
Collaborative.
being collaborative, being a part of them, they send me I'm on a thread with them on a chat line. So anytime something happens when they're going through their walks, because what they do is they walk up and down Chinatown. And I just got a bunch of these things saying, Asian couple got assaulted. You know, I mean, a store owner got, yelled at. It's disheartening, folks. You know, this is really just bugging the hell out of me. And this is an everyday occurrence, especially down in Chinatown. When I walked down there with this group, and there was at least 10 of us, and we kind of split up and just walked around. I'll tell you, the stuff that I saw, I was just, my God, people just don't give a shit, and the Asian people aren't going to do anything because in their culture, they're not that way. They're not proactive about voicing and speaking up. They want to stay silent and be quiet about it.
Keep your head down and it'll go away.
Yeah, and it sucks. So, like I said, I just got a message that just breaks my heart. It's disgusting.
It's like, how many people do you have in your kickboxing? How many bags do you have in your gym?
We actually have 62.
Wow.
Yeah.
So,
I'm coming over.
You guys, I would be honored. Just hit the bags, not me, though.
I got Naeem for that.
Right.
Hey.
So just don't rip his shirt, whatever you do.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Amakuchi. We're gonna bill you for that one, by the way.
Dude. So, but why do people hit bags, right? Especially if for the workout. Why?
Right.
Because they don't hit back, right? A lot of people hit bags for the workout, but they're not getting hit. You can train like an MMA fighter without being one, right?
Yeah.
Why don't you want to be right? Why don't you want to be one? So that's what's just accelerating all these abuse to not just right now it's really highlighted the elderly Asians, right? But elderly together, right? All over, because they don't fight back for the most part, right? So they're easy target.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah.
Sick. They're because what are bullies when they're kids? They grew up to be bad guys, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, Charlie, do you know if by chance we would be able to come down after the 11th to meet with the ex-mayor? I would love to just.
One of the things I'm talking about is what we might do as a follow-up. So there's nothing right now because of the time frame and the planning involved. There's nothing right now in the works, and also because of COVID. We moved into Orange this week, so Santa Clara is a little bit more opened up. Eric, you're in Santa Clara County, aren't you?
I am in San Carlos.
Oh, San Carlos. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So San Mateo.
He's just up the road a little bit.
Yep.
So in Santa Clara County, we went to Orange. I think most of us are now. So things are opening up. So we have to be careful about how we get together and where we get together. But once the state opens up the restrictions on that, then we'll have a lot more options. Because I hate to say this, guys, and this is the important part. Like you mentioned earlier, Eric, my wife is Chinese. My family, I don't call them my in-laws. My family is Chinese. My daughters are, Chinese. And so this touches me very personally. And my mother-in-law, whom we lost 3 years ago, she lived to be, 91 years old. And right up until the day she passed, she walked every day, right? And she walked a mile every day in our neighborhood. And I remember one time she fell about a block away, and the people who live in the house where she fell knew her. They had a wheelchair. They brought out a wheelchair, put her in it, brought her home, made sure that's what community is, right?
Yes.
But this ignorance and hate that we're experiencing, it's not going to go away. It didn't arrive last year, and it's not going to go away tomorrow.
Right.
Correct.
So I think there'll be plenty of opportunity for us moving forward, however long we want to continue and support this process. I think there'll be plenty of opportunity. So as to what we're planning in the future, Rick, right now there's nothing set in stone, but I'm sure there's possibility.
Yeah, let me know in advance so I can be part of that, because I definitely want to jump in on that. And, you know, I appreciate that you guys are putting the efforts that you are. So I want to match that and be there for whenever and whichever ones I can be at. You know, when you have your first event there, Eric, you know, if I have a chance, I'd like to come in and just watch it.
Yeah, we're not doing an event that day.
Yeah.
Oh, we are, huh? Damn.
That's fine. I mean, we have a few, but all of you guys are always welcome. So you just let me know, you know, if you're gonna come either during one of these seminars or just any other time. But
well, even on your Zoom one, invite me to one of your Zoom classes.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, so
I definitely jump on.
Okay, so yeah, I posted it in our messenger. You guys should have the info, but if you need it again, let me know. But it has the time and the day, which is the 17th. I'm going to say it's at 1 p.m. I think. But anyway, just contact me, and then
we're doing a class. We're doing a seminar.
That's totally no problem. Yeah. That's totally no problem, guys. And I was going to say something else that I expect, you know, because having been around the Asian culture for so long, I see quite often that they say, okay, this is a thing we are going to do, take an action to deal with that thing. It could be anything. And so I already have a lot of Asian students for whatever reason. But I think that we will all see more of them coming to our dojos, coming for a form of self-defense or a form of activity that is more combative, right? So yeah, and I already have, because I also do jujitsu and other things, and so I've been teaching a women's self-defense class for the last like 4 years. It's small, it's focused, and it's continuous, right? Awesome. And so I may do more of those. Like if there's more interest, then I'll bring those people in. And so I think that all of us will be able to further help because I think they're going to come to us, is my point. I think we're just getting more over time. We're going to see more people interested in this.
Yeah, you know, once the word gets out, I think you're right. They are going to start knocking on doors and trying to find where they can go. And, you know, if we could flood the market with all the friends that we have, then, yeah, I think this help and prevention, thank you, Charlie. We're going to give you a nickel every time we say that. I think it's going to get out there, and it's what's going to build the whole community up.
Cool. So I haven't seen my daughter in about 6 months, and she's going to be here in about 5 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and duck out unless there's something important you guys wanted to share.
No, I think we covered everything.
Thank you, Eric. I appreciate you coming out.
Nice meeting you, Eric.
It's a pleasure, you guys, and it's an honor to be a part of this.
Thanks. Say hi to Mark for us.
Oh, yes, I will. See you guys. Take care.
Take care.
Who's Mark?
Marky Mark. Mark. Oh, come on. You guys made the joke earlier, and I'm the one who closed it. But
cut me off guard. My bad.
Okay. Is it senior moment?
I'm gonna have to run soon too.
I get it.
The wife and kids here, so but I want to thank you guys for all of your support in getting this done and up and running. And
thank you for yours.
Just a couple of work points is Rick, that artwork. That's something I need ASAP. So if you could get me that'd be great, because I want to have it up on a poster.
Good.
And then we'll start supplementing it in any paperwork that we have with it.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that image is going to be great for cohesion.
Yeah, and then we'll just put it in there, and then we can have it in a once we get it in there, then we can put it in a PDF format so people just print it out. You know what I mean?
Beautiful.
All right, sounds like a plan, guys. Thank you, Mr. Yamaguchi. It's always good to see you.
Right on, Charlie.
All right.
Hello,
thanks, guys.
Okay.
Bye.
Dude, we salute like this.
No, we do it this way.
Do it your way, yeah.
Okay, we'll do that way.
Yeah, but I was saluting a Kaju guy.
That's
Ouch.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Be safe.
All right, David, thank you so much for coming.